Hey, I'm Carmen from Dished. Welcome to my kitchen. Let's make something. So if you watched my last video, you'll know that I made washed flour seitan, and after making that, I have a bunch of starch that I need to use up. And luckily, I found a recipe for vegan bacon that uses up that leftover starch. So first things first, I have my big jar of starch water. Now when I started, this was all the way full and it looked completely milky all the way. And then I let it sit in the fridge overnight, and as you can see, the water and the starch have separated from each other. So what I need to do first is pour off all of the excess water and just leave behind the starch. So I have two measuring jugs, one large, one small. I'm gonna make two different kinds of bacon. One's gonna be red to look sort of like the meaty part of bacon, and the other part is gonna be white to look like the fat strips. I'm gonna start off with the red bacon, and for that I need 3/4 of a cup of my starch. So in here I have a mixture of smoked paprika, garlic powder, onion powder, and salt. I'm gonna add that in. Give that a good mix. And next I'm gonna add a little bit of maple syrup, because this is sort of gonna be like maple bacon. So this is about 3/4 of a teaspoon of maple syrup, 3/4 of a tablespoon, sorry. And I also have liquid smoke. This can sometimes be hard to find, but for bacon you really want it to be smoky. So I'm adding a teaspoon of that. And also I have about 1/8 of a cup of soy sauce. So that's it for the red part of the bacon. Let's move on to the white part. So for this, I'm just using the rest of my starch, which is about 1/4 cup. And then to this, I'm just adding a mixture of garlic powder, onion powder, and salt. And I think I'll add a couple dashes of the liquid smoke also. And now I'll just mix it up. I have a pan heating up here because the way that I'm supposed to make these is to cook them sort of like crepes or pancakes and then cut them up into strips and then fry them up like bacon. So to this pan, I'm just gonna add a little bit of neutral oil. And now I can pour in a small circle of my batter. And I'm gonna try to make lines, or as close to it, of the white to sort of look like the fat in a bacon strip. All right, it's looking like I might be able to flip it now. So I'm gonna give it a shot. And just let that cook for a couple more minutes on the other side. All right, so I've cooked up my crepes or pancakes or whatever you want to call this. And the next step is that now that they're cool enough to touch, I need to cut them into strips, and then I'm gonna fry them again like bacon. Sizzles like bacon. So what I'm hoping is that the hot cast iron is gonna make it really crispy, because right now the texture of the pancakes is like chewy, kind of like noodles. I'm hoping that it'll get crisp up, because that's like the main thing that you want with bacon, right? All right, I think that this might be done. So I'm gonna take it out. Here goes nothing. It's okay. It tastes smoky, not like bacon. Maybe the aftertaste is a little bit like bacon. So to be honest, I don't really see myself making this again. It's a lot of work for something that I'm probably not gonna eat that often. But it is kind of cool that you can make this using the leftovers from another recipe, so you're not wasting anything. And if you try this at home, let me know how it goes. I'd really love to know what your thoughts are. And while you're here, click on one of these other great recipes and subscribe for more amazing videos.